always say there's something about an island and there's something about Hurricane Island that just heightens the experience, makes it an unforgettable experience just being here as you're doing that work. Hurricane is a really extraordinary place, and as I said, words really don't do it justice. I haven't met a teacher and educator who hasn't come out here and say, oh my gosh, I got to bring my class out here because we can do this or that.
I really love working with the kids. It's been really great seeing them coming from inner city areas and just all over Maine and not really being into science or anything like that. And then by the end of the week, seeing how excited they get and just watching that change happen. And a lot of them have said, like, I want to go in the environmental field now and stuff. So that's really cool for me.
I'm pretty excited to be working out at Hurricane because it's a unique place where you can be really creative and you can generate new content and work closely with students to help them make new discoveries about the world.
One of my favorite things about working with kids on Hurricane is seeing their transition over their time here. Like I think back on programs that we've had and kids who arrive and they're kind of nervous, and we're definitely, the great thing about Hurricane is that we are remote, and that can be tough for a lot of kids, especially within the first couple days. But then to see them leave after, a week or more, and they're so switched on, they're so engaged with what's going on around them, and they have, a real personal connection with Hurricane, to see them leave and be, say, I'm really gonna miss this, or like I had a kid last week who said, I'm gonna try and make my home its own little Hurricane. It feels really good to hear that and see those learnings happen.
I think it makes me want to help out more and do what I can do to preserve nature or save energy because of the compost and the toilets that are composted and soil toilets and stuff.
What else?
We've also learned a lot about solar power and all the different ways of conserving energy and the earth in general.
So what will you do with this new knowledge?
Turn off the lights. Use it back
Yeah.
at home.
Or at least go back to home and start thinking about, okay, apparently this water I'm using is not unlimited, even though I could just keep on running, but it's gonna eventually at some point in a few years just stop. Just like here, if you keep on using the water, it'll stop as well, but just faster here.
Say?
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like if they're sitting there brushing their teeth but they leave the water on, I think I'll be that's unnecessary and you're just wasting water if you're not even using it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or leaving the lights on, because in the shower house I'd go into it and sometimes in the morning it'll still be on and I'm like, why is it on? So you're just using up energy right there that we could have been using for other things. So
Right.
Just turn it off.
Junior in high school, I did a semester at sea called Ocean Classroom, and it was a really influential program for me, and I've kind of stuck with me that at that age, around junior, senior year in high school, it's a really important time to kind of have students do these team building and have these leadership opportunities to kind of come into their own a little more and discover their own identity and their own strengths and sometimes weaknesses and things they can work on. So really these programs work well and succeed in my eyes when you can kind of see that growth during the program and see people emerge as more of a confident voice and see them get to the top of a climb and be like, yes, I didn't know I could do that, and really see that self-confidence building in those types of activities.
So if you're a writer, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're a historian, if you're a scientist, whatever, this is a place that inspires people to do great, exciting, sort of outside the lines work.